There was a woman, Asian woman, who got paralyzed from the waist down from a black man who robbed her. So when a lot of Asians don't decide to interact with black people start saying, well, that's racist. However, if you try to keep black people accountable that, hey, actually we do discriminate a lot against Asians, you're seen as someone who doesn't support the community or you hate black people. Blacks have been through such discrimination and prejudice over the years that we should be the least racist. Black Americans, they feel that it's justified for blacks to treat other races poorly because we've been discriminated against. Konbanwa minasan, kyo desu. Black people cannot be racist to Asian people. That's the topic we're going to tackle today, but before that, guys, just make sure to smash the like button and subscribe to the channel. In the last 2 weeks, we've covered some videos about Asian hate, and a few of those videos have been about black racism against Asian people. And it's well known throughout the world that in the West, there has been a lot of racial tension between blacks and white people. And if you're a fan of American culture or black culture, you've probably heard some themes about racism and discrimination in the West. For a lot of people, they believe that because blacks have been through such discrimination and prejudice over the years that we should be the least racist people on the planet, correct? Wrong. There is a common train of thought in the black community that black people cannot be racist because to a lot of woke people or for a lot of liberals, being racist means having a certain power to dominate other racial groups. Or basically, we can't be racist because we don't have any institutional power, which of course is stupid. It's a completely wrong definition. This train of thought is popular because it's very common in the black community to not take accountability for our own actions and for our own culture. And for many black Americans, they feel that it's justified for blacks to treat other races poorly because we've been discriminated against. So when you do try to hold black people accountable for being racist or prejudiced to certain groups, the often defense is that no, this is okay because we've been discriminated against, so it's our right to finally get back at people who don't like us. And according to many woke people's definition of racism, the only people who would have the ability to be racist is white people because they have all the institutional power in America, which of course is not the real definition of racism. It means basically discriminating against people based on their skin color or ethnicity. But you find in our popular culture today that it's oftentimes that we rearrange definitions to fit our own worldview of the world, even when it's wrong. And predominantly racism against Asians, a lot of blacks will say, well, that's impossible. We can't be racist because Asians have more institutional power than black people do. And I think this is a huge reason why specifically the Asian community and the black community is at a bit of odds. I believe a lot of immigrants that come to America have a certain mindset and culture, usually of hard work, education, self-accountability, and trying to make the most out of this life that we have. And sadly, a lot of black people in America have a very derogatory type of mindset or very degenerate culture in which we praise bad behavior. We don't praise being a go-getter, achieving your goals, achieving dreams, striving to be better, money management, learning how to speak proper English and carry yourself with dignity. These things are often seen as lame in black culture. So because we don't have that mindset overall, we don't do as well as other racial groups do. So because of that, we end up being jealous or envious of other groups that succeed, because it's a reflection on how poor we are doing overall as a community compared to other groups. So with that being said, if you're a person who loves success, if you're a person who cares about education, if you're a person who cares about family values, of course, interacting with people of that kind of mindset is going to be annoying to you. And oftentimes many Asian communities stay away from black people because of how destructive their culture is. And like I've mentioned before, you can like a culture or a community but not agree with everything that people or that culture does. So if you're a Japanese person who likes black culture, don't feel bad for liking it. You like what you like. Just pointing out some flaws in the way of thinking and mindset in the black community in America. So in this case, many Asians won't interact with black people because they've been horror stories of Asian hate from black people, crimes committed, shoplifting, robberies. Even recently, there was a woman, Asian woman, who got paralyzed from the waist down from a black man who robbed her. So when a lot of Asians don't decide to interact with black people start saying, well, that's racist. However, if you try to keep black people accountable that, hey, actually we do discriminate a lot against Asians, you're seen as someone who doesn't support the community or you hate black people. And sadly, black people, black Americans specifically, can be some of the most racist people in the world. A huge problem we have in the black community as well is that we have a lot of colorism, which we are prejudiced to our own black people because of their different skin tone. For example, my father told me that my grandmother told my mother not to date him because he was a dark-skinned black man, that anything dark is no good. So you see, even in the black community, we discriminate against each other because of different skin tones. Some dark-skinned people are jealous of lighter-skinned black people. Depending on your shade of black, you may be treated differently depending where you are. So you see, we have a problem in the black community. We claim we're not racist, although we can be some of the most racist people on the planet. We have a lot of colorism in which we discriminate against our own people based on their skin color. And I think a lot of blacks need to understand we can participate in the ills of society that were once given to us. But please, let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below. So if you guys like the video, please smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, also hit that bell as well to get notified whenever we post a video. Honto, arigatou gozaimasu. Minna, 気をつけて。じゃあね。